Dionysus is a wild god. What else is to be expected though from the god of partying, celebrations, and drinking? Over a year ago I made a video about the Bacchae, my favorite Dionysus story, and today I'm doing another to complement the story I made back in 2020? God, that feels like a lifetime ago. The story begins with Dionysus and the Maenads partying, and with them is one of Dionysus' satyr friends, Silenus. Silenus gets wicked drunk and passes out while the party goes on without him. Some of the villagers find the passed out satyr and bring him to King Midas, who you might remember from last video because he's the son of Gordius, who had the famous knot. Midas recognizes Silenus because Midas is a worshipper of Dionysus, and he holds a feast in honor of the satyr. Dionysus eventually gets wind of the feast, and he turns up to find Silenus happy and cared for. Dionysus is so impressed by how nicely his friend was treated that he offers to grant Midas one wish. Midas thinks for a moment, and then he wishes for anything he touches to turn into gold. Dionysus warns him that he should really think hard about the wish and how he should phrase it, but Midas insists that's what he wants. Dionysus complies and makes it so that whatever Midas touches turns to gold. Midas celebrates how rich he's about to become by turning things around the palace into gold. Not much time passes before he gets hungry though, and he goes to eat something, but when he takes a bite, it turns to gold, and Midas quickly realizes the mistake he's made. Midas begs Dionysus to reverse the curse, but Dionysus says he can't reverse it. The curse must be reversed by bathing in the river Pactolus. Midas goes and washes his hands in the river, which by extension washes away his golden touch, because magic. In ancient times, the river Pactolus had tiny fragments of gold in it, and this myth explains why those tiny fragments can be found there. Also, there is a modern version of this story where Midas keeps his touch beyond eating, and eventually he turns his daughter into gold. But this doesn't exist in the original mythology. Unlike mermaids, fairies, and other mystical creatures and stories, the modern recreation is darker than the original ancient one. Weird. And oddly enough, the modern recreation where his daughter turns to gold, that's the one I learned when I was growing up. Kinda interesting how that darker version took on more popularity than the original one. If I had to guess, it's probably because the stakes would be higher by his daughter turning into gold. Makes for a bit of a more on the edge of your seat story. Anyway, thank you for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, have a good one.